Let me introduce myself. My name is Khusna Fauziyah, and I would like to present about my quantitative research. And the title is The Correlation Between Students' Motivation in Learning Speaking and Their Speaking Ability. The figure of the study. Speaking is a tool to communicate with other people. It is an activity conducted by a person to communicate with other person in order to express ideas, feelings, opinions, and etc. It also used to share information among people, to negotiate, to solve problems, to maintain social relationship and friendship. Speaking is used by people almost every time to interact with others. Therefore, it is an essential skill to be learned by students in learning English. Motivation seems having an important role in developing students' speaking ability. Motivation is energy of students which come from inside or outside, encouraging themselves to do something. It will give strength to students in learning speaking in order to speak out. In fact, motivated students will do everything which support their performance. They will do the best way to get the best result. And then the identification of problem. From the explanation above, me as the writer identifies some problems teaching and learning speaking. The first is speaking is an essential skill to be learned by English students. The second is many students cannot use English in the classroom and in real communication. And the next is one of factor affects students in learning speaking is motivation. The next, motivation seems having an important role in developing students' speaking ability. All of students have different motivation in learning speaking. And the next is most of them have low motivation in learning speaking. And then many students consider that speaking is very difficult subject to learn. And then the method of teacher in teaching and learning process is not interesting. And then most of students feel shy and lack of confidence. And the last is it is assumed that students with high motivation in learning speaking will be more successful to speak rather than students with low motivation. And the limitation of the problem is to avoid the duty being too broad. The writer limits the problem to know the correlation between students' motivation in learning speaking and their speaking ability. And the problem statement is based on the limitation of study above. The formulation of problem or the problem statement is there any correlation between students' motivation in learning speaking and their speaking ability? And then the explanation about the variable. Motivation is very important in everything we will do. It is powerful for us to get the best in doing something. Moreover, in teaching and learning process, motivation is really needed. Motivation makes teaching and learning easier and more interesting. It is very good if both of teacher and student motivate each other in teaching and learning process. Motivation has a significant role in teaching and learning process. The students who have a higher motivation will get a better opportunity to achieve their goal in their learning activities than the lower one. The kinds of motivation. The first is extrinsic motivation. It's motivation which engages in an activity as a means to an end. Motivate students extrinsically work on activities because of they believe that participation will result in desirable outcomes such as reward, teacher, praise, and or punishment. And the next is extrinsic motivation. It's motivation which comes from not from inside of ourselves, but from outside. As Umar Hamalik explains that extrinsic motivation is motivation that caused by outside factor of situation. In Mark's book, he informed that extrinsic motivation is experienced by students when they receive a reward or avoid punishment or in some other way unconnected with the test in approval for particular behavior. Intrinsic motivation refers to motivation concerned in activities for its own sake. Internal motivation involves motivation to do something for its own desire. This motivation is appeared from ourselves. The students who have intrinsic motivation will study hard and enjoy the teaching and learning process because they have desire to do everything from inside themselves. And the next is definition of speaking. Speaking is the essential skill among language skills that must be learned by any student. It is as the major criteria to consider that the English student's competence is good or not. From the definition above, the writer concludes that speaking is a desire or a wish of a person to express ideas, opinion, and feelings to others, to negotiate, to solve problems in order to make and to maintain interaction, social relationship, and friendship. The kinds of speaking activities. The first is communication skills. Speaking activities based on games are a useful way of giving students valuable practice. Game-based activities can involve practice of oral strategies such as describing, predicting, simplifying, asking for feedback through activities such as filling questionnaires and quizzing unknown information. Actually, the students really like this activity because they can learn how to speak language by using games. They don't realize that the teacher asks them to practice the language itself because they really enjoy it. They do it voluntarily first. When the teacher asks them to practice a dialogue, sometimes they feel shy. This activity makes them fun so they don't feel bored. And the next is role play or simulation. In role play activities, the teacher gives information to the learners such as who they are and what they think of or feel. Simulation is very similar to role play, but there is a little difference. In simulation, students can bring items to the class to create a realistic environment. And the next is information gap. In this activity, students are supposed to be working in pairs. One student will have the information that other partner does not have, and the partner will share their information. Information gap activities serve many purposes such as solving a problem or collecting information. And the next is retelling story. The demands of retelling story after listening and understanding should be not underestimated. Language needs at work, sentence and discourse levels must be formed and produced. If the students are to retell the story, they are asked to work at this level in production. And the next is discussion. Discussion is an activity to talking about something to others. It can be done in pairs of groups. It is a very good and useful activity to improve students' speaking skills. And the next is dramatization. It is an activity situation with a lot of learning and experience. This activity involves a high amount of participants by the group. The group should learn how they would act in a situation, or explore being characters in a situation and what is making them act the way they are ordered to the drama appreciation. And the next is speech. The prepared speech is an activity which is commonly used in the speaking skill class. The topic used for speech will vary depending on the level of the student and the focus of the class. It is good for students to be given some leeway in determining the content of their speech. Speaking is a process to get meaning by sending and receiving information between two people or more. It is one of skills used by everyone to communicate in daily life, whether at school or outside. Motivation is a power which comes from inside or outside of students and push themselves to do something. Students who have motivation will make an effort to follow the learning process intensively, and they will learn the lesson which supports speaking ability, as well as possible not only in school but also out of school. Besides, students with high motivation in learning usually feel enjoyable in learning. It makes them easier to speak up and may practice easy or complex sentences to their friends accurately and fluently. It is assumed that motivation affects students' speaking ability. The research methodology. The class is the researcher will conduct at the second grade of SMA Khusna Fauziyah, and the time will start from February until April. It will know the students' motivation in learning speaking and their speaking ability, and to know whether there is any correlation between them. The research design. The method used in this studio was a correlational method in a quantitative design. In correlational method, the researchers used the correlation statistical test to describe an answer between two or more variables. In the process of writing, the writer did the research to get get data of students' motivation. C. Distribute question. And the next is population and sample. The population of this research is of students at the second grade of SMA dari 180. There are 4 classes in the second grade. However, there are 30 students sample taken by using purposive sampling technique. This technique was taken because of some purpose. The first purpose is the student have some level of intelligence in English. The second is the recommendation of teacher in SMA Batik 1 to take sample in field. Moreover, the student use purposive sampling because the research has limited time, energy, and food. And the next is technique of collecting data. Based on the explanation above, the techniques of collecting data used to collecting data in research as follows. The first is questionnaire. To get data of students' motivation in learning speaking, the writer uses questionnaires to get students' answer. Questionnaires are consisted of a number of questions to be answered by respondents asking about their action and beliefs. And the next is the kind of the test used in the test is oral test. It is due to know the students' speaking ability involving their pronunciation, grammar, vocabulary, fluency, and comprehension. Speaking ability involving their pronunciation, grammar, vocabulary, fluency, and comprehension. Observation was conducted to know the reality of students' motivation in questionnaires, whether there is any similarity between the result of questionnaire and the activities in the classroom which describing the participation of students in learning speaking. Technique of data analysis. The first is assessing motivation. To measure motivation in this duty, the researchers will use two techniques. The first is questionnaire and classroom observation. Questionnaire. The questionnaire in this study have 30 items adapted from A and B pattern. The questionnaires will accept by like scale rating. This scale rating has 5 options. There are strongly agree, sangat setuju, agree, setuju, unbasic, ragu-ragu, disagree, tidak setuju, and strongly disagree, sangat tidak setuju. Observation. To analyze data from observation, the researcher use descriptive technique to describe the result from observation in English teaching and learning activities based on classroom observation. All of the data above were analyzed by using the formula of correlation product moment to know the correlation between students' motivation in learning speaking and their speaking ability. The students' motivation in learning speaking is X variable and students' speaking ability is Y variable. The correlation product moment is one of techniques commonly used to stick the correlation between two variables. Thanks for your attention.